time to ice the cake. So the cake is out of the freezer. It's still cold, but it's pretty solid. It's been freezing in the freezer since last night. And we have to make icing first. And so I have my cake decorating thing out, and I have my ever so convenient Crisco. When I was making 19 cakes a week, I didn't buy this Crisco, but since I only make one every couple months, it's much easier to buy it this way. Okay, so we have 2 cups of shortening and sticky hands. And now we need a teaspoon of vanilla. I use this pure vanilla. It's clear. And a teaspoon of clear butter flavor. That's so that we get a perfectly white icing. It's a good thing I'm only making 1 batch of icing. So, it just needs to mix. Okay, once the flavorings are mixed in with that, then I need powdered sugar. And I'm just going to dump this in, this bag of powdered sugar, except for about that much, maybe a little tiny bit more. About that much in the bag. Don't ask me how many cups that is, I don't know. And now I'm going to pour the milk in and let it sit for a minute, because there's going to be a powdered sugar shower. The powdered sugar is going to go, and if you let it settle for a minute with the milk, it doesn't quite so big. This is what I mean. I don't know if you can see that cloud of smoke. Since I made icing, but I obviously haven't forgotten how to do it. And you know that you have good icing when you stop it and you can go like this. And it's nice and smooth. See how smooth that is? That means it's good icing. Ready to ice this cake. It's still cold, but it's not frozen anymore. And I always start from the side. You probably should come to this way. The most important thing to remember is that I don't ever want my spatula to touch the cake. So I come from where I have icing to almost to the end. Okay, then when I get to the corner, I just want to kind of go up and down and make sure that my corners are sealed.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
A little bit of sugar.
No.
Now this is enough icing to ice this 11 by 15 cake, but it's not enough icing to ice it and decorate it. So I have some icing that I pulled from the freezer that is thawing that I will use to actually decorate it. Anyway, again, I'm riding on top of the icing. I'm never going on top of the cake.
You make it look so easy.
You just keep moving.
I know I've tried, and I had
Whoops,
a
see,
horrible
I went
try.
down in there.
Yeah?
Yeah. I actually need a bigger spatula, probably. It's almost like a magnet.
What?
The icing that I'm putting on the top, it's like it magically seals up with the icing that was sticking over the top.
Huh. You just make it look so easy.
Want to try?
No. I'd mess it up.
Okay. So up to this point I was using this little spatula, but I need a bigger one to actually smooth the top of the cake. And I'm not going to smooth it smooth. I'm just going to go back and forth because I'm putting a big design on it. So most of the top of the cake is going to be covered with stars. So I just start at one edge and I'm going to go back and forth. Kind of reminds me of lined paper. So if you're writing a message on a cake, you can use these lines as your lined paper. Okay, there's that. Now I need to smooth the sides of the cake. So I'm going to go this way and you go this way. So I start here. And I get almost to the end and I scoop the icing off. And then I start at the corner and I go backwards. Uh-oh, I have a little gap over here.
Oh. You took care of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there's one more step to put in the icing on, and that is to get rid of anything that I have on the bottom. And you want to be very careful about getting the icing off of the bottom because it might have crumbs on it. You don't want to put the crumbs back in your icing. And then this little lip right here, I take off with this little spatula, kind of at an angle. And I only take off as much as will fit on my spatula. And that edge is going to be covered by shells, with shells, so. Oops. Okay. Now it's ready for Chuggington. Okay, it's time to color some icing. I probably need about a half cup or so. And a toothpick. And a Wilton paste food color, I guess. It's kind of a gel. And I stir it a little bit with a toothpick. And then take out some. And I just run it through this icing. And then I set the toothpick down because I don't want to ever use that toothpick again because it will ruin my icing. Or it will ruin my coloring. If you get icing in your food color, it ruins it. So one toothpick at a time. Now we need a little bit of yellow. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen? And because it's a gel or a paste, it doesn't change the consistency of your icing. It just gives it color. How about a little green? There's his green. Okay. This is red. This red is called red no taste because it takes a lot of color to make red. And I don't know what they've done to it, but they've made it so that it doesn't taste bad. But I mean, at first glance, it's really red, but then as I add more of the icing in, it tends to turn kind of pinkish, but I think I did it just perfect. Anyway, there's my red. So, I need a little bit of lavender. Okay, we have to fill the bags. Trim the edge of it off. Put a coupler in. Just push it right down there. And I'm going to want a star tip. So this is a number 16. Screw the other end of that on. Open that up. Hold it. Wish that I had an extra hand, but it's okay. I really don't need it. There's my glue. Push it down, lay down, turn it, set it aside. It's pretty quiet in here, isn't it? Except for the crunching of the pretzels.